Oh my goodness, I have such a ghetto setup when it comes to like what I have my camera set on just to do this vlog. But yeah, vlog number 2. Technically it's vlog number 3, but I ended up deleting the other one because I thought I had to go and do a gig, but my insomnia was so bad that it kept me up all night and I had to just call out, which was so unfortunate because the side gig that I do, I portray different characters, like somebody that's going through an opiate addiction withdrawal, somebody that's going through a schizophrenic episode, that kind of thing. It helps teach and, prep med students for the real world and stuff. And I had to call out of that because of insomnia. And it's also because, like, I think 16 or 17 days ago, got hit with a breakup. And breakups, they suck, but they happen. Life happens. It's whatever. And it's also another reason why I just decided to set up the camera and start talking, because I'm more comfortable on a camera than I am in real life when there's no camera around. I can't explain it. It's just what happens. So figured use this as like a little, my own personal kind of like therapy session in a sense. But yeah. So a bit about me, and I don't even know why I started out with that, but oh well, I'm keeping all this in. Yeah, breakups suck. But there's something so weirdly different about this one. I don't understand it. It's probably because of how much she was also a grinder on different games. Like, for example, the first thing that immediately comes to me is I believe it was a Saturday. I don't remember exactly what day it was, but we were both in a voice call, and she was grinding RuneScape. I was grinding PoE 2. I was getting ready for the Arbiter fight, which is the pinnacle uber boss of the game for what's out in early access at the moment. I was so overly confident. I started streaming the game for her, like via Discord, and showing her all the prep that I was doing to get ready just for this fight. I was so confident, and something that GGG is actually implementing pretty soon in the upcoming patch, and I'll put some footage up on the screen.
Now, one of the major concerns that we're often seeing is that getting to play pinnacle content just takes too long, and that when you do finally get there, you only get one attempt and don't get a chance to learn the boss. In order to address these concerns, we're making the following changes. First, we're making the Citadel spawn closer to the center of the Atlas, and we've also added an effect so you can see them in the fog of war from further away. This makes them much easier to find. To address the problem of only having one attempt, on the Arbiter of Ash you will now get up to 6 respawn attempts. Respawns can only be triggered by the person who put in the keys, and everyone in your party will be respawned at the same time. Leaving the map still forfeits your attempt, so you'll still need to fight the boss with the build you walked into the map with. Higher difficulties of the boss will lower the number of respawn attempts you get, but you should know the mechanics of the fight by then, right?
Because of that little change that they're doing, I wish that they had it when I was like trying to show off or whatever, because in PoE 1, I played for close to like 3,000 hours at the moment, and I've flawless Maven. It was the regular, not the Uber. I'm still trying to get to the Uber versions, but I digress. I get into the Arbiter fight. I get him halfway, and then I go in blind. By the way, I go in blind just to like try to, I can show off. I get one shot, and I lose with the current state of how it is before the patch comes out. You don't have multiple attempts, and I just went in there just to show off because I was super confident because of my flawless Maven. But yeah, it was kind of funny. Get him halfway, and then he just one taps my ass. But yeah, um, I think I'm still trying to figure out why it hurts as much. I mean, I've definitely am at the point where I'm moving on. I've done something a little bit different with this one. With every single negative emotion that comes up, I will put that into some type of workout. I either like 10 to 20 different push-ups or like sit-ups or like just whatever, something that keeps my body, moving. And it's also something that I've been having an issue with in terms of clothing on streams, because that's another reason I have made the resolution of streaming every single day. Now, I haven't put an exact time frame on what I want to have the goal complete by, whatever. I'm thinking maybe like 2, 3 years or something, just every single day, unless I have to go off and do some gig. But I made that goal to like have my mind like be tuned off of everything around me. But something that I did not prep for, and it's something that I couldn't entirely mentally prep for, was every game that I play, which is the majority of it is PoE 1, Warframe, and PoE 2. Now the problem with these is I've shown bits and pieces of those games to her, and every little thing that I come across, it brings up like a little trauma response, and then it puts me into like this little mole. Oh yeah, Cyberpunk is another one. But there are little things that like trigger, and like it's very, very easy to see when it's on stream. I get hit with it. I'm just like, wait, no, this is not what I want. And then it makes me go kind of quiet because I start thinking about everything that happened a while ago, and I'm like, well, shit. So I'm slowly still trying to mull over that kind of shit, but things happen. It's whatever. It's just something that you gotta mentally like overcome. But yeah, a game that I used to play, and I do kind of miss, but I don't ever see myself ever downloading it again, is Destiny 2. I'm probably like close to like 5,000 hours into that game, and I stopped playing it because it wastes your time. They charge too much for it, and I understand that it's a live service, but there's games like Warframe that does things so much better. Like, it's Warframe, to put into perspective about Warframe, it's the only game, along with Path of Exile with GGG, that I will literally put any funds that I get from a gig into a little side fund to put into the game. I make sure that I actually put money into that game. With D2, no. I stopped playing after fucking Final Shape. And I did the raid once. I did the whole bounty prep thing for day one. But after clearing the raid, I think it was a few days afterwards, I woke up one morning and I'm just like, I'm done. No, I can't do this anymore. So I uninstalled it, and I haven't touched it since. Now, to put into perspective of what the kind of stuff that I used to do in D2 was, I literally used to go onto the LFG website or onto the in-game LFG that they implemented. I don't remember how long ago. But I used to do no mics, no comms, GM carries. I used to help random people through a GM and get them a clear. Sometimes it would even get them like I think it was a gilded, that the golden seal title thing. I think that's what it's called. I don't remember. It's been so long since I played. But I used to literally do that with no mics. I used to reach out to people and ask them if they needed help getting a gilded conquer, I believe it's the title. Yeah, something like that. I think it was Gilded Conqueror. I literally used to go in no mics and like help clear all that kind of shit. I'm also Hunter main, but yeah, it wasn't until PoE came, well, I was introduced to PoE, and that's where I'm also slightly on the spectrum, which also makes a lot of sense, right? But I'd rather put my time and effort into something that awards me more than playing a game that they will just constantly nerf so much shit to the ground. And yeah, just one morning I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I clicked on install, and I haven't played it since. And it also kind of makes me feel bad because one of my friends that actually asked me to do day one final shape, he literally bought the expansion along with the season pass thing or whatever, and I just I couldn't do it. I haven't been able to log in because I'm so done with the game. But yeah, I think I think that's it. Like I said, I'm using these vlogs as my way of just talking through some shit or whatever. I don't know. Like definitely, it's way less scripted. That kind of thing. Just want to sit down, have a chat. Maybe whoever is listening can relate to whatever it is. But yeah, um, that's all for me. I don't necessarily know what else to say. Um, yeah. Until next time. Peace.